Warped Universe, which is potentially going to take a little bit more audio balancing than Fully Shoot did, because I did not do as much audio touch-up on this one. I'm also going to refill my drink before we get going. While it gets booted up, I'll finish swapping things over. This way you see it in the title and the category. And I'll get it on screen right before I go grab a refill on my drink. You can enjoy the title screen music for a moment here while I refill. Back in a second. Maybe, just maybe, the volume is okay. No. Just doing one thing right quick before we get back in action. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. As you can see, I have swapped over to the next game, which is Warped Universe. As usual, disclaimer, this was a key given to me through the service Lurkit, via both Lurkit themselves and the developers. So, bear that in mind. As usual, impressions will vary on the basis of that, though I do not personally change my opinions based on whether I was given the key or not, but it is a disclaimer everyone has to give. So Warped Universe here is very interesting. This one caught my eye in particular because of the fact that it allows you to play it two different ways, and I'll explain what I mean by that when we actually get into gameplay proper. But as you can tell by the level and everything here, this does have, like, universal progression, essentially, where you do have an account level and everything. Let me just pop the store page up for a second. This is referred to as a looter shooter. I agree with that within a certain amount, but there's more to it than that. And the other neat thing is everything you're doing impacts the overall results for the community. This is like a shared community game. I would say it's an MMO, but it kind of isn't, because all the content currently is single player. It does have co-op coming. When that co-op will happen, I don't know. But let's just go ahead and get into it. I already did the tutorialization and everything. I did a mission of every type to get a feel for it.
You're ready to meet others who walked this path not long before you.
I'll walk you through the basic stuff here before we get into the actual meat of things. By going over here to the simulated thing. And that's the other reason why I say it's kind of an MMO, because you'll notice there is a general chat down there. Just kind of ignore that. Yeah, over in the training, you'll notice there's real-time ground and space, but there's also turn-based ground and space. It's kind of neat. I didn't actually do the tutorial for the turn-based space, because I was assuming it was going to be similar to the ground. Yeah, that's fascinating to me, that it actually has essentially 4 modes. Now, I don't know how strong any of these places are. I don't know how much of this works. But we're gonna go talk to Sledge first and figure out what I'm supposed to be doing in what order. But I want to talk to you about these cores as well. they're essentially loot boxes for the gear you're going to be wearing. I have some gear, as you can see. I have a hacker suit for a chest piece, and my ship has a new missile launcher and a new cannon. Because that's all I ended up getting from the tutorial missions. Yeah, you basically bring the cores over here, you crack them open to find out what you got, and then you go over to that bench over there to put sparks in your gear to make your gear better. It's all via dice rolls, which is interesting.
Looking good, Fresh Print. They didn't tell you about these planets in science class. And even if they did, you wouldn't really know until you see it for yourself. Once a planet's been discovered and the Nexus begins its print cycle, we can start building facilities. From necessities like housing, farms, and power, to the more experimental facilities used to further development. Research and factories give us a place to push the limits of our tech, whereas spaceports give us a way for us to kickstart the next planet when we get there. Whenever a facility is completed, all of us here reap the benefits, increasing our powers and boosting our potential to complete tasks that send us further than before. Your suit comes stock with the Singularity Pulse Psionic. I think you'll like it. Now, I'm all for more boots on the ground, but Nova over there can help you stretch your wings if that's what you prefer.
Your choice between ground and air. Let's go talk to Nova before we do anything else, then, since that's what it's telling us to do next. Not as many people around as there were earlier today. There was actually like a handful of people scattered around the hub earlier today. You could see what level they are and all that.
What it takes, huh? Well, good. We could always use more pilots. There are 3 primary objectives out there in space. Each serves a different purpose, and all of them matter. Exploration. This place doesn't reveal itself without a lot of effort. Then, once we find a new sector, we need a pylon. Building a pylon is risky work. The Void doesn't like it, and it requires a lot of sustained defense. Once completed, they stabilize the region and provide a foundation for what comes next. Sometimes, we discover a zone for a new planet, but more often we find raw residual clusters that can be mined. If it can be built, it requires residuum, so we source it, secure it, and help to bring it back to the station. A lot of the time, we need pilots and smaller ships to go in and break up all the materials so the haulers can bring it in. We also put boots on the ground. The ground just happens to be on an asteroid, or a pylon floating around in the beautiful chaos of open space. If any of this sounds like something you can handle, we could certainly use the help. One last thing. It's up to you if you want to walk around looking like a single mission dropout, Fresh Print, but the gravitons and lumens you earn from completing missions are a way for you to show your dedication in more than one way. They can be used to acquire new psionics for your Echo, abilities that enhance your capabilities in any scenario. I'll give you 10 lumen as a little kickstart. Take some time to see what's available before you jump into your next mission.
These guys really do just kind of stare into space before just rattling off their stuff, huh? What do we got in the store here? Oh, I'm guessing this is their premium stuff, probably. This is all cosmetics. These are presumably the abilities he was talking about. Yeah, because they cost 10. That one's 50, though. Oh, that's gravitons, though, not lumens. These cost lumens. These say what they are for? Oh, you can buy... You can buy Kojo. Gravitons and lumens are for doing progress, though. Okay, so these are not... These aren't in purchased currency. These are... Okay, that makes sense. The cosmetics being purchased as currency, that's completely fine. Abilities being earned currency, that's good. So let's see. Prismatic refraction. Bend light around your body, rendering you invisible to enemies until you strike or the effect expires. Side determines duration. Warp light around into a twisted phantom that draws enemy fire and confuses targets. And teleport. Convert your body into pure light, traveling instantly to your destination before reforming. Let's grab Blink. Blink sounds like fun. Go ahead over to loadout to give myself my new ability. There we go. We now have Singularity Pulse, which is what we started with, and we have Blink for when we're on ground missions. And now we have it telling us to go to the system map, which I presume is doing regular gameplay.
Don't falter now. We have the technology to ensure your true form is never lost. However, you must remain vigilant of the Void's ever-encroaching grip on our efforts. Now go. Let your actions echo out as a champion of the Oracle and creation itself.
Let's see. Unity missions closest to completion. Okay, so Quick Play just sends you where the community needs you, basically. So that's good. Let me go ahead and get you the store page before I go too far and forget to do it again. There you go. There's the page for Warped Universe. I was not given a unique link for that one, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and just get sent on a ground mission. You can choose between real-time and turn-based at any point when you select a mission. So, build factory 28. Enemy damage bonus, void, terrain printing in progress. Matter fabrication energy usage increases exponentially with end product complexity. For many things, a traditional production line process is a much more feasible and sustainable option. Once built, each factory is a foundational part of the system. They must be protected. Yeah, sure. We'll go do a real-time ground mission first. Then we'll do a turn-based one so you get to see that. We'll basically run through the set so you understand how all the mission types are. They are fairly typical of their type, as you might imagine, though. Ooh, I got a health bonus. That's nice.
We sent one of our scouts in to investigate an unusual energy signature. Comes when dark, and we've been unable to re-establish contact. We have a last known location. See what you can figure out.
Got it, boss. Locate the Echo Armor. It's up there. I guess I'll just go this way. Yeah, typical third-person shooter fare here. Shoot the enemies, collect their goodies, don't die. Use your abilities as you see fit. Oh, my gun's overheated. That guy was tough. Does seem like it's a little loud still. Let's go ahead and give the sound effects a bump down. That's better. Shielded guys are definitely durable. Not durable enough, though. I don't know what that noise was. Yeah, something I've definitely noticed, and I don't know if it's because I've got the settings a certain way or what. The game's very bright. Like somebody went a little ham with the bloom. And everything's very shiny. Guessing this is spawning more enemies. Whee! That's Singularity Pulse in action. Just pull them all into a pile and let the game be what it be. Ah, there we go. We hold E to close them. We don't just destroy them by hand. He's got a bomb! That guy's stuck up there. We'll just save him from himself. CPU usage is getting a little rough again here, I'm noticing, so... This one might end up a little bit shorter than initially planned. Seems to be holding okay, so if it suddenly gets bad, we'll end up pulling the plug, but... see what happens. Hardware safety comes first, after all. Yeah, the blue stuff we're picking up is the Residium. That's good currency to make use of. I'll explain what it's for more once we get to the end screen. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. I've just been kind of going. Following the trail of things to shoot. Based on the lay of the land over there, I'm gonna go with a no. I wasn't going the right way. Another tear. Here, y'all hang out while I close this up. There you go. Cooldowns seem to be pretty short. Whoop. Shoot the one who isn't caught in the air. That one's dead. I think that one's dead too. Oh, no wonder it got so bad. There was another Void Tear. They really want me dead here, huh? They are not a fan of my nonsense. And you know what? I can understand that. Close that up too. Get myself some more rewards. We've already got over 1,000 Residium, so that's good. Really? Keep them busy, break their house, shoot them down, and just carry on with my day. A lot of them are spawning in the walls and such, and I'm not so sure about that. There we go, I got him. I freed him from his binds in the walls. They got snipers up there. There we go. We've almost made it to our target. I will say, despite the amount of enemies, I've yet to feel particularly threatened. I've definitely taken damage based on the blue bar down there, but thankfully we do have a healing ability we can use. So no huge issue there. Doesn't seem like it has a limit either, just a cooldown. You seem slightly dead.
Odd. It's obvious they encountered resistance, but why didn't their echo return to the Nexus? Probably has something to do with that purple stuff. Gather up the armor and take it to be scanned. We need to know more.
I'm going to assume it's gotten, like, corrupted by the Void or something. Considering Void purple, armor covered in purple. The logic kind of tracks, you know? Actually, with how long this mission alone is taking, we may end up doing just one and one, like one space, one ground. Due to time constraints today. Okay, water not bad for me. Good to know. A very profitable mission so far compared to the tutorial missions. Which makes sense, because I'm doing actual work this time instead of just walking 5 feet and following 2 directions, pretty much.
Results are coming through, but this is outside my scope. We'll take it to the scientists on Nexus and see what they say. For now, burn out that corruption. We don't need it spreading. I can't lie, this scares the hell out of me. Get back to Nexus, but leave the suit behind. We'll have to quarantine this sector until we know more.
You're giving me mixed signals here. You want me to burn out the corruption, but you want me to run away from it, but you want me to leave it for the side. What do you want me to do here? Which of those is the correct decision? Either way, job's done. Now, you get 1 reward for free, In the tutorial, I was getting 2 rewards for free. And you get a bonus for doing turn-based because it takes longer, or presumably. But you can pay some of your Residium to buy additional rewards. So, like, I can get another one of these rare artifact cores, or an uncommon power spark. I'm gonna go ahead and grab another artifact core so you guys get to see more of what the options in those are. And then you'll also get, essentially, a Battle Pass experience system that'll pop up right now, where we got an uncommon power spark. There's free and Nexus Pass rewards, because of course there are. But it looks like the pass rewards are all cosmetic, so that's fine. Depends on what your limitations are for things like that. Let's go ahead and crack our cores and see what we got. Now, you can have them be full random, or you could have it be particular types. The difference is your max potential with full random is higher. So your potential power on something is higher if you let it full random versus if you are specific. Oh yeah, I do have some uncommons as well, so we'll open all these up. We get gun. We got an uncommon rifle, which is the same as the rifle I have, but better. How about this one? We got pants. So it starts with specific sparks embedded in it, and it has space for other sparks. Is basically how most of this stuff works. See how our rares work out. On hat. Oh, we got a mainsail for our ship instead. You know what? That's fine. And one more rare gives us... gun! Ooh, it's actually a different gun. This little zapper's more than just a flashy toy zap. Sure, that's fine. And we do have an epic that I did not realize I got. So sure, we'll open that too. Why not? Epic Sunderstar ship weapon. Neat. There's a momentary hole in reality, sucking matter and energy into a vacuum before closing with catastrophic silent force. Neat. Okay, that's all of our cores now. So if we go to the loadout screen, you'll actually be able to apply these. Cannot actually equip a sidearm, apparently. Oh, I guess the pistol isn't a sidearm? Ah. Okay. We'll use the pistol. Yeah, you can get shotguns, snipers, and rifles, it looks like, in primaries. Oh, I guess sidearms just don't exist yet. You know what? Fair enough. So you got gloves, pants, boots, head, and chest. We've just got pants. Purple just like our chest piece, though, so that's nice. At least we're matching. And Sunderer is not a main weapon. It is a missile replacement. Sure, why not? We'll play around with that, because we're going to be going into space right now anyway. Got us a new mainsail. I like that this actually, like, attaches new parts to your vessel. So you actually, like, have additional segments to add. It doesn't just give you a full starting set. So you actually can visually see your improvement. Oh, off to space for a moment then, and then we will move on. And, oh yeah, system map is what I want. Send me to space. Let's see, navigate through the sectors. Scanning for suitable pylon locations and clearing out any void you encounter while there. Sure, that sounds easy enough. Gotta go to space.
Listen up, those distortions aren't just anomalies, they're potential doorways. If we can chart them, we can expand our reach. Every reading you bring back gives us a foothold further into the unknown. Fly through each distortion and log the data. We need hard numbers, not speculation.
3 bonus residium. 15 bonus health. Yeah, you got boosters. You actually can, like, fully roll, side strafe, everything. It's kind of neat. It's actually, like, a decently well thought out flight system for this. And of course, as usual with this kind of thing, as long as you follow the aiming guides, you'll hit your target most of the time. As long as there's no obstructions. Things like that flying past my face are why the flashing light warning is there. Yep, boost has been disabled. That's upsetting. Knocked my boosters out, I guess. Oh, okay, the Thunderstar does have homing. I watched it spin around that guy. So that's good to know, I guess. Boosters are re-enabled, so let's get out of here. Got some Hornets coming up. You can also turn your engines off completely and drift, which is interesting. I don't know if that actually has a benefit. I assume it does. Thunderstar doesn't seem to be that good, honestly. It keeps just spinning around targets, which is mildly annoying. There's the anomaly we need to scan.
We're pulling clean readings. Keep it moving. We're just getting started.
Oh, there was multiple of them. I knew there was a second one. I didn't realize there was a third one. There he goes. Maybe I should have went with the multi-launch missiles, considering these missiles seem to be a little on the dumb side. Thankfully, your ship does have the same healing ability your body does. Don't ask how that works, it's fine. Let's just boogie. The faster we get this done, the better off we'll be. I think I am starting to take fire, though. Thought I saw shots going behind me. Yep, sure was. Had a gnat bothering me. Job's good. I could chase all that residium, but I'm not going to worry about that right this second.
These are lining up better than expected. We may have a corridor forming. Keep at it.
Oh boy, there's a lot of them behind me, though. It's a little spicy. A little spicy. We got it under control for the moment. If anybody gets motion sick easy, you might not want to watch this segment, though, considering the spinning I'm having to do now. Keep up with the amount of enemies all around me. fact, you know what? We're just gonna get out of here. It's getting a little crazy. Get us some distance. Okay, that's the idea for using the drift, probably, is to do that immediate wheel around I just did there. Basically, boost away to get some distance, then flip the ship. Was the plan. So I could actually get a shot off at them without having to wait for them to pass me and chasing them. A pair of them bites the dust. That should be enough of them off my tail that I can safely just go for the anomaly again.
3 scans complete. That's enough to prove this sector's viable. Let's finish the job.
You say it's enough, and then you tell me to go scan one more. I'm getting mixed signals here. It's a neat environment we're flying around in. With all the squares, somehow managing to make an interesting environment just out of squares, essentially. I do hope I can get better boosters for this thing. We're covering distance pretty well, but we could cover distance better.
That's it. All 4 distortions mapped and logged. You've opened the door for us to expand deeper than ever.
Let's go. Now just to go to the warp portal and get out of here. Okay. You know what, fine. Eat a missile. You enjoy that. I'm out of here. One of those will get him. Apparently, crashing kills you. You know, I should have expected that. We also dropped our money when I died, but that's okay. I'm not really fussed about that right now. It does mean less as reward purchasing, but we're here to show things off right now, not to sit here and farm currency. So let's just get on our way. So we'll take our 1 core. Let's see, we got 1 lumen for that job as well because of the faction we helped. So that would be how you farm your new abilities. Which, all things considered, that's not too bad. 10 of those missions would get you the next ability, basically. And they don't take that long to do. There's probably ways to get more than that out of 1 mission, too. So not too bad, all things considered. That didn't take long, so we'll go ahead and do a turn-based ground so you get to see the difference. Got another rifle. I'm assuming there's probably a way to process out your spares as well. Oh yeah, let me actually show you the spark system too, so you get an idea of exactly how that looks. I know I described it, but seeing is believing, right? Take our gun, for example. We can apply the power spark, psionic spark, or the speed spark to it. You have to be careful because, as it says there, if it exceeds the potential that the weapon has available, you just lose it. But you can set a max for the roll, so it won't end up exceeding too easily. Speed. Rolled a 1. So it just got one hit of power. Now take note of the fact that this does different things than you might expect. Increases stamina, increases headshot multiplier. And it reduces recoil in turn-based mode. So, not quite what you'd expect out of power. Actually, let's go ahead and slap a speed on there too. Increases chance for free shot or increases fire rate. 1. Wow. I was rolling high before and now I'm just rolling terribly. Streamer curse. Let's go ahead and do another ground mission. Looks like it's still the same area. So I'm curious to see if switching to turn-based will give me a completely different mission. But at least we'll still be making progress toward the same goal to help out the people playing this.
One of the design terminals must have been hit by a surge and caused a print corruption. We've halted production until you can delete it.
Okay. But as you can see, we have 3 action points. We're currently out of combat, so we have Interact, Burst Fire, and Move. Burst Fire can be used to initiate combat, I presume. It is still turn-based even when you're not in combat. There's a dude right there. So let's go to cover and then we'll shoot him. As you can see, you get your chance to hit and everything. All of this is dice rolls, so we need a 12 or higher to hit on this shot. So our odds are not great. But this is a single action point shot. In full combat mode, you have a 3-point shot you can do that is much more accurate. We can do this 3 times, so we might land one of these hits. That is not one of them, though. You'll notice we have more buttons now. We have our Blink ability, our Singularity Pulse, Residium Repair, Interact, Hunker Down, Burst Fire, like we were using, Aimed Attack, and Overwatch. Need a higher roll now because he's aware of us, I guess. And I need a 20 on that one. Oh, right, yep, his recoil penalties, right. I tell you what, we're just gonna go ahead and hit you with a stun for our last point. Thankfully, as you can see, they're not any better at actually hitting what they're aiming at than we are. But if we go for an aimed attack, we need a 2 or higher to land this hit, so... And we got a critical hit, so he's just dead. He's just gone. That did, however, take all of our action points to do. But it also skipped the turn because this guy doesn't know we're here, I guess. So, hunker down for the turn. Actually, no, that only took 1 point, so maybe we do a clever then. Yank him out of cover. Whoop. Oh, and it pulled him to some explosive barrels, too. I have an idea, then. I can't seem to switch targets. Oh, wait. Just use the arrows. Ah. That did not have the results I... There we go. I was gonna say, that did not have the results I expected. Also, apparently, he did not become aware of me as a result of that, so that's funny. Anyway, he's dead now. Now, this game is very early, so some scuff is expected. At least as far as I'm aware, this is very early on. And it is worth noting that this is a free-to-play game as well. As you might have gathered from some of the business decisions involved. Then hunker down for a second. End our turn that way. Oh, we've been spotted. Or at least we spotted him. Let's go. I'm so glad I'm using a good gun for this. It felt kind of bad using the starter rifle for the tutorial. You just were missing so many shots and they were taking like 3 or 4 hits to kill even the tutorial guy. Do I know where I'm going? Like, do I know where I'm supposed to be going, that is? Like, I personally don't know where I'm going, but I wonder if oh, a treasure void. Let's go. Money. I didn't even know that was a concept, but I know it is now. And it was obviously a shoot on sight. Because free money. Okay, I do know where the objective is in-game wise. I just didn't know personally. Oh, they know I'm here. I don't know where that thing's going. My target's further that way. Tell you what, let's just disregard him for a moment. Oh, he has friends. Let's remove some of those, shall we? Take out another Deadeye Assault. I don't have a line of fire on anything. Oop. Found another dude. Nice. Try again. There we go. Is that another treasure void? Is that why it's just kind of fucking about? In fact, yeah, it's carrying a big crystal. Of course it's a treasure goblin, dude. That's why it's running away from me. It clearly means I should go chase it down then. Clearly. Such a good idea. A good idea, just like me hunkering down next to this explosive barrel. Missed. This could end poorly. I was half expecting that miss to hit the barrel and blow me up. Oh, come on. It's just a 12. It's gonna be worse now. I'm giving up on shooting this man. Shooting this man is a waste of my time and energy. He'll pursue me and get into worse positions trying to... What? Or he's just gonna do whatever that was. Okay. Beep.
3 devices were damaged trying to repair the bad matter. Scan that fancy suit with each and they'll auto-reset.
Okay. So I gotta go touch more things. And meanwhile, I'm gonna find more bad. That's lovely. It's interesting that you got a barrel on your back, but you also have a rifle there, bud. Anyway, well... That's a problem. I'm right next to a guy with a barrel on his back, and I have no turns left. That could be bad. Oh, you're choosing to shoot me, though. That's fine. You explode when you die, then? Is this gonna be bad for me? No. I guess you just had the choice of shooting or exploding, and you chose to shoot, then. Okay. You do you, buddy. Sorry about the really close zoom there. I'm trying to get angles where I can actually see what I'm doing properly, and it takes a bit of doing sometimes. Oh, the treasure goblin's running away again. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't, like, despawned or anything. He's just kind of hanging around. Tell you what, I'm just gonna run over next to this guy and shoot him in the face. We could tell I shot him because his arm fell into frame. He's trapped himself, so I guess we'll take the time to shoot him then. Great camera work, guys. Way to go. I'm so glad I get to see so much of what's happening here. Interact with that.
Terminal on your way out and make sure those power surges are gone.
Apparently, I don't need to hit 3 machines. Works fine for me. Pretty sure he said 3 machines, but I will not complain about having to do less work. Unless maybe the terminal is part of the 3 machines he means. Like maybe machine 1 was the first thing we touched, and then machine 2 was the thing we then touched, and then the terminal's machine 3. That would make enough sense, I guess. Okay, warp portal's just past that door. This mission went very smoothly. Just in, out, done. Oh boy. That's a lot of bad waiting for me out there. Oh, and they get their turn now, because of course they do. Ow. I might just run for the portal as soon as my turn comes around, honestly. This could be real bad. Because we're in a bad position, there's 3 of them, and I have no cover to speak of. Get me out of here. Later, suckers. But as you can see, turn-based gets a 15 times bonus. We got 5,500 Residium from that, so we'll just buy everything. We'll have a look at what those rewards are, and then we'll move on to the next game. Because I don't think I can do a mission in 10 minutes. Not adequately, anyway. Uncommon Dodge Spark. That's important to note, by the way. You have to actually claim those rewards. If you don't claim them, you don't get them. As you can see, I've claimed all the rest of this stuff. But everybody loves a bit of Gamba, so we'll go ahead and see what the loot box cores have. And oh yeah, that was a player for a second there. You could tell he's been playing more than I have because he has a bunch of fancy stuff. What's in the box? Ooh, an autocannon. That seems like something I want. Okay, I don't have anything else in there. So it must have been mostly sparks. I didn't really look carefully at what I'd grabbed, admittedly. Yeah, autocannon instead of grav cannon. Oh yeah, there's somebody running around in my screen there. Making a nuisance of himself. Okay. Changed that over. Ah, they're new. That's why they're figuring out what they're supposed to be doing. Yeah, this seems neat for a free game. I do think it'd be worth people's time if it's something that they're into. We got precision, dodge, psionics, and kinetic. This does seem like a kinetic weapon, so sure. We rolled a 3. So now it has 1d10 kinetic extra. So that's nice. Yeah, that page again is right there. That was Warped Universe. All in all, decent enough. I do think, like I said, that it'd be worth your time, especially considering it's free. And you see there that it's version 0.5 early access, so it definitely is going to get much more polished. A lot more content will probably be added, more or weapon options, things like that.